The Curse of Olive Town. The Fall and Redemption of the African Lady Alexandra. In the quiet African coastal outskirts of Cape Town, there was a township known as Olive, a place where the wind carried secrets from house to house, and where every smile hid a story. And in Olive, there lived a woman whose beauty was spoken of in whispers long before she entered a room. Her name was Alexandra. She was breathtaking, the kind of beauty that made conversations pause and hearts stumble. Her brown skin glowed like polished mahogany beneath the African sun. Her long black hair flowed down her back like midnight silk. She moved with confidence, her curves commanding attention without effort. Her gigantic hips and buttocks looked like it was perfectly sculptured by an artist. She beautiful smile drew a lot of attraction and made men fall to the ground. Two men knew she was the most beautiful woman in all of Cape Town. But beauty can be a blessing and a curse. She followed a dangerous path.
I knew I'd find
Alexandra
you here.
discovered early in life
sure?
that admiration came is handsome African men with wedding rings lingered in her presence and slept with her. Engaged men sent her secret love messages. Wealthy businessmen bought her gifts. Paid their rent, showered her with money in exchange for affection and attention. She did not just want survival, she wanted power. Rumors began to swirl through Olive, whispers of dark rituals, murmurs of midnight visits to traditional healers. Some claimed she used forbidden practices to bind men to her. Others swore she was connected to something darker, a Diablo snake spirit said to bring wealth at a terrible cost. The snake vomited money for her to enjoy in her secret room. The story spread that after certain encounters, some of the men who secretly visited her would suffer mysterious misfortune. A few even died under strange circumstances. Fear grew, but so did the legend. And where fear lives, superstition grows. Alexandra turned the other lady's wedding to war. One Saturday afternoon, the entire township gathered for a grand wedding. Music filled the air. Women wore bright traditional dresses. Men laughed and celebrated under decorated tents. But joy turned to chaos when Alexandra appeared at the ceremony. The groom froze. The bride's smile vanished. Whispers moved like wildfire through the crowd. The bride had heard rumors. She had been warned. And now, seeing Alexandra there, glowing, confident, unapologetic, something inside her broke. An argument erupted. Accusations flew. The wedding became a battlefield of shouting voices and shattered pride. Families intervened. Guests fled. What was meant to be a celebration of love turned into humiliation. That was the day Alexandra made powerful enemies. The troubled women had enough bitterness and cursed Alexandra. Among the women she had hurt were three who carried deep wounds. Sylvia, Pamela, Abigail. Each had discovered betrayal. Each had suffered heartbreak. Each blamed Alexandra for the destruction of her peace. They had tried confronting her before. There had been fights, warnings, threats shouted in the streets. The ladies chased Alexandra throughout the entire town. Alexandra always escaped, running through narrow alleyways, disappearing behind locked gates, laughing as if untouchable. But pain can unite people in dangerous ways. The three women sought spiritual justice. They fasted. They prayed. They cried out for divine intervention. They asked that heaven itself judge Alexandra for the damage she had caused. And in Olive, people began to say, Even God has heard them. The curse begins. It started subtly. An itch, a strange irritation across Alexandra's skin. Then came the odor. At first, she thought it was stress. She bathed twice a day. Then 3 times. She scrubbed herself aggressively every hour in a day. No matter how hard she scrubbed her skin, the rotten rat smell intensified. She wept bitterly while using brushes and rocks to scrub her skin, but it was all in vain. She bought expensive soaps and perfumes with all of her money remaining. She scrubbed until her skin reddened. She used herbal leaves and herbal woods, but nothing worked. The smell worsened. It was not the smell of sweat. It was not the smell of illness. It was something unexplainable. Flies began to follow her in the marketplace, while her terrible smell grew stronger. Children covered their noses. Neighbors avoided sitting beside her. Shopkeepers rushed her out of their stores. Laughter echoed behind her as she walked through town. The same streets that once admired her beauty now mocked her disgrace. Years of humiliation. Days turned into months. Months into years. The odor intensified until it seemed to cling to the air itself. Alexandra wept bitterly alone at night in her room. The mirror that once reflected confidence now showed a broken woman. Her skin hitched constantly. The smell intensified like burning rotten rats in the rubbish dump. She became paralyzed and could not walk anymore because of the scars and wounds on her skin. No doctor could diagnose her. No remedy could cure her. Her African parents suffered alongside her. They prayed, they fasted. They attended church services seeking deliverance. Still, nothing changed. The once proud Alexandra stopped leaving her house. Her beauty no longer mattered. Her money no longer mattered. Her reputation was destroyed, and for the first time in her life, she felt powerless. The breaking point. One night, after years of isolation, Alexandra collapsed onto the floor and cried out, not in pride, not in anger, but in surrender. She confessed her wrongdoings. She admitted the pain she had caused, the homes she had disrupted, the marriages she had endangered, the pride that had consumed her. For the first time,
Lord, please
her
forgive me
tears
for
were
stuff.
not for her
I am
suffering,
so lost and broke.
but for her
Please
sins.
hear my prayer.
The hardest forgiveness. When Sylvia, Pamela, and Abigail heard of her confession, their hearts were not immediately softened. Pain does not disappear overnight. They had lived with humiliation. They had rebuilt their relationships. They
We have
had
rebuilt
carried
our relationships.
scars.
It feels stronger than
Forgiveness
ever. We can
felt
face anything
impossible,
together now.
but something began to shift. After months of reflection and prayer, the 3 women made a decision that surprised even themselves. They chose peace. They went to Alexandra's home, not with anger, but with finality. They forgave her. They released their bitterness. They revoked every curse they had spoken in pain. And that night, the itching stopped. The odor faded. For the first time in years, Alexandra slept without shame. Redemption. Alexandra changed her life completely. She distanced herself from her past. She sought honest work. She devoted herself to faith and rebuilding her dignity. The town of Olive watched carefully. Some doubted her transformation. Some never forgot, but many witnessed something rare. A fallen woman rising again. Her beauty returned, not just the outer glow, but something deeper. A quiet strength, a humility shaped by suffering. An olive learned a lesson that would be told for generations. Beauty without character can destroy. Pride invites downfall, but repentanza, restores for your audience. This story is not just about punishment. It is about consequences. It is about jealousy. It is about pride. It is about forgiveness. It is about transformation. It reminds us that no one is beyond redemption, and that sometimes the greatest miracle is not wealth or power, but a changed heart. If you bring this story to life with powerful narration, emotional music, and dramatic pacing, your viewers won't just watch, they will feel every moment. And stories that make people feel are the ones the world never forgets.